Well, we're gonna knock the fuck out of all of you today, quite literally. And this stream is dedicated to Roger Craig Smith. Today's his birthday.
Wow, you took the words right out of my mouth. It was like it was going to start as something ironic because I was getting ready to just say that.
It would make sense if we did Sonic Ricochet for his birthday, but we already did that. But it's okay. We don't have to do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Alright, just gonna share the screen. And yeah, before sharing our opinions with the rankings, let's hear an important message from a certain person. Here you go. I just put a video in the chat.
You can call me Knuckles, but unlike Sonic, I don't chuckle. I chuckle. You can call me Knuckles.
Not bad.
Not bad.
But yeah, to start things off, Knuckles, Knuckles might have to be like one of the more questionable characters for when it comes to like the voices, because it can either go like either just too deep or too high, because it's just kind of like difficult to just try to just match to how it fits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, first you can start us off.
Well, yeah, Dan Green. I first got introduced to his interpretation of Knuckles, and he still remains my most favorites because I believe that he's at his absolute best in Sonic X, where he's just really just hammy and like whenever he's interacting with Sonic or Rouge, it's always just a laugh, and he still remains just badass as usual. Not just in Sonic X, but in like in his other like time during. Like around up until about 2010, because that's when the cast started to just change, except for Eggman, of course.
Mm-hmm. But yes, I did first get introduced to Dan Green's version of Knuckles through like Sonic X and some of the games as well. And I gotta say, yeah, he does pretty well. And in knowing Dan Green's other work, like for 4Kids like Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, yeah, he's an amazing guy. And not only for Knuckles, but other characters he's voiced in Sonic.
Yeah, such as Back to the Crocodile, Storm the Albatross, Professor Pickle, as Elmer Johnson, surprisingly a black dude from Sonic X as well, and multiple different others.
I was gonna mention Mephiles.
Well, yes, of course, Mephiles, because that laugh, he nails that laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you, Christian, with Dan Green?
And like both of you, I got introduced to Dan Green's Knuckles and Knuckle overall in Sonic X, and he is by far my most favorite. And of course, I also seen the works of like Sonic Secret Rings and stuff, and he's like the coolest Knuckles by far. Well, there's also another cool Knuckles we'll get to in a little bit, but Dan Green hits it out there. If it weren't for him, we wouldn't got an awesome Knuckles. Cool tune and stuff. You can't change that. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
Oh,
he'll be right back.
Okay, Johnny.
Mm-hmm.
Like if it is possible or something. Yeah. Like that is if it is possible or something. Like, I don't know. Because like the last time when I tried to show like how it should have ended, we got busted for that. Because how was I supposed to know? Okay. I mean, maybe a little bit from like the.
Wait, Knuckles versus Donkey Kong. Who won?
Donkey Kong.
Aw.
4,000 years ago, the Echidna race thrived due to their advanced technology and talent for warfare. Now, that's what I call a pet. I know what I'm picking up in the pet store tonight.
The males have 4 heads on their penises. Just heads up.
What? Awesome!
Desperate for the power to command the world, the Knuckles tribe staged a raid to obtain the legendary power of the Master Emerald.
What they didn't know was that it was protected by a giant murderous water dragon with tentacles named Chaos. And it killed the shit out of him.
Miraculously, a young Echidna girl managed to seal Chaos inside the Master Emerald. The resulting energy output ripped the Echidna's home into the sky to become Angel Island, perpetually floating so long as the emerald remained in its shrine. Sonic lore, everybody.
Centuries later, one final descendant of the Knuckles clan remained, and his name was Knuckles. So not the most creative parenting in the world, but hey, the lone guardian of the Master Emerald, dedicating his entire life to protecting the family jewel. But he spends most of his days sleeping and doing nothing, because really, who's gonna fly all the way up to a tiny floating island to steal a rock?
Why, the nefarious Dr. Eggman, of course. As a ploy, Eggman convinced Knuckles that a certain blue hedgehog and a fox with 2 tails planned to steal the Master Emerald. Knuckles left to stop the thieves, and Eggman swiped the gem for himself.
Not the sharpest head on the dick, is he?
Without its energy source, Angel Island plummeted out of the sky, until Sonic the Hedgehog literally beat the sense into Knuckles, and together they saved the day, forming a tense bromance.
Sounds like you've got an inferiority complex.
Huh? I have a what?
Oh, nothing. Never mind, Knuckles.
Since then, Nux has continued to try to guard the emerald. However, most people who try to steal it do. But luckily for old Rad Red, he can track the Master Emerald using his treasure hunting skills.
And his special bond with the gem, which allows him to detect its presence and harness some of its power, which he can focus through the ancient martial art passed down through the Knuckles clan.
Ah, yes, the ancient art of punch the crap out of everything. No, really, that's the answer to every single problem Knuckles has. Something in the way? Punch it. Need to climb a cliff? Punch it. Falling down a trap? Punch it. Punching not working for some reason? Well then, punch it more.
Speaking of which, Knuckles can throw punches so extreme they create explosions by igniting hydrogen in the air.
Sounds familiar.
Knuckles is fast, capable of running at least 100 miles per hour. He can also take to the sky and glide, reportedly by trapping air underneath his dreadlocks, though there's no logical way those locks are aerodynamic enough to keep him airborne.
Hey, it's better than a tanuki flying with its nutsack. Then again, he could just be twirling his dick.
Hey, did you enjoy this preview? That's cool.
Yeah, that's right. That's the same. In fact, right, why did you take a What are you doing?
Nothing.
Knuckles is one of Sonic's oldest friends, and one of the most memorable characters in Sega's beloved franchise. Known for his honorable heart and serious attitude, Knuckles has managed to gain a reputation of being undeniably cool, and a fan favorite for those who like their speed mixed with brute strength. So today we're taking a look at the top 10 facts about Knuckles. And number 10 is Knuckles the antagonist. When Knuckles first appeared in the series in Sonic the Hedgehog 3, he was an antagonist of Sonic's. When Dr. Robotnik tricked Knuckles into thinking that Sonic and Tails were intent on stealing the Master Emerald. While Sonic and Knuckles are friends now, they still manage to maintain a rivalry. Knuckles may not be able to attain the speeds of Sonic, but his strength is supposed to be on the same impressive level as Sonic's speed, making the two worthy adversaries. He wouldn't become a playable character until Sonic the Hedgehog 3's follow-up game, Sonic & Knuckles, which was pretty much released at the exact same time anyway. Up next, number 9 is grapes. In the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 manual, it states that Knuckles' favorite food are grapes. This has been referenced in a few games too. Fans have gotten attached to the idea that Knuckles adores grapes though. There's a whole lot of fan art floating around the internet depicting his adoration of the purple fruit. Up next, number 8 is the and Knuckles meme. Knuckles is part of a popular meme originating from the 1994 Genesis game Sonic & Knuckles. At that point, Sega had introduced a lock-on feature that allowed you to add cartridges onto existing games, which made it possible to play Knuckles in Sonic 3. This started up a meme called and Knuckles, due to the tacked-on nature of the game and character. The meme made rounds on the internet several times, most recently reappearing in 2010. Then Sonic Mania added it as an Easter egg by involving a mode that lets you play as Knuckles, with Knuckles as your sidekick, once you unlock the debug mode in the game. Up next, number 7 is romances. While there aren't any explicit romances in the Sonic franchise, minus Sonic and Amy, Knuckles is no stranger to a little bit of loving in the Archie comics. He's with Julie Sue, another Echidna, who is his soulmate. The two share a soul touch connection, but in the games, Julie Sue never makes an appearance. But fret not, because fans Knuckles with another Sonic favorite, Rouge the Bat, who tends to have a very Batman-Catwoman dynamic with Knuckles. And in Sonic Adventure 2, there's quite the flirtation between them. Up next, number 6 is his eye color. Knuckles is the only character in the Sonic franchise to have purple eyes, although they're not always that color. His eyes at other times have been blue, and in Sonic Battle, his eyes are both colors, blue while fighting and purple in the cutscenes. Up next, number 5 is different colors. In Sonic the Hedgehog 3, as well as Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Knuckles, in all of the game's cutscenes, Knuckles is a different color. Ever so slightly, that is. He appears to be more of a pinkish tone than the color he is in the game when he's playable. This is because of palettes conflicting with the HUD item, something that was adjusted with future games, and as technology progressed. This isn't the only color issues that the character has been faced with, though. In Sonic the Hedgehog 3, his socks were colored yellow in the cutscenes. Up next, number 4 is spelling restrictions. Oddly enough, in several Sonic games, Sega had to alter the spelling of Knuckles' names to fit next to his life icon. In the Mega Drive games, his name appears as KTE, standing for Knuckles the Echidna. This is because there were only 5 letter slots on the display, which easily fit the likes of Sonic and Tails' names. Then it happened again in Sonic Drift 2, with Knuckles' name being spelled KNUCLES due to space limitations. Up next, number 3 is Knuckles doesn't have ears. Echidnas do not have ears. Instead, they have large slits at the sides of their heads. This is why Knuckles and the other Echidna characters in the franchise aren't depicted with ears, whereas Sonic and the rest of the crew all have them. Also, worth noting, this is what an Echidna looks like. Bit of a difference between the two. Up next, number 2 is the initial concept. Knuckles originally was conceptualized as being Jamaican. There's even Sonic and Knuckles strategy guides with Knuckles dialogue including Jamaican slang. He was intended to have a Jamaican accent and go by the name of Dreads, which obviously referred to his dreadlocks and the fact that he was from an island race. But his cultural ancestry isn't the only shocking thing about his initial conception. Up next, number 1 is Nike. Likely the most surprising fact about Knuckles is that he was intended to be a cross-promotion with Nike. The crescent-shaped symbol on his body was initially supposed to be a Nike logo, to serve as a sponsorship deal between Nike and Sega for the Sonic and Knuckles game. Eventually the deal didn't come to light, and instead of a checkmark on his chest, we got the now iconic moon crescent instead. Alright, there we have it, friends. Which of these Knuckles facts surprised you?
Who would have known that the symbol on his chest would have been the Nike logo?
Well, I'm like, well, now like the both of you know, because like, of course, I've just been around here and there stuff. I don't know. I mean, like, I guess we could be safe. I mean, like, it's worth it. It's worth a shot.
Approved.
Blitz is back.
Man, we just getting good.
Did I just see what I just saw with my own 2 damn eyes?
Yes.
Yes, and people make videos of that. I'm aware.
Hey, all right.
Cool. I think I might have to like do that myself.
Make sure they're age appropriate though.
Of course, I'm not an idiot.
Because with Gwen, technically, wait. Then again, they never confirm their ages though. Even though they're still in their teens, that's kind of like warning about it. So.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyways, let's go back.
Oh yeah, we're talking about Dan Green's
Dan
Knuckles. Okay, so continue with mine. Yeah, I just love how cool his attitude is. You can't teach that.
Yeah.
But I will say this: like he's one of the many few whose voices is kind of like a little bit too deep. Even though Knuckles is a teenager, like supposedly 16 years old, like it both works and kind is mixed at the same time. But he's still awesome, nevertheless.
Of course.
Yep. And Messman, do you have an opinion with his Knuckles?
Yeah, I'd say he did a pretty good job.
Awesome. All right, go ahead first.
Well, yeah, put him in S.
All right, next up.
Approved.
Yes.
Good one, Mastermind.
Yeah, good one. And speaking of proof, Dan Green's successor, yes, Travis Willingham. Or Travis Willingham, it could go different ways, because, yeah, one of the few times I got introduced to his Knuckles, I believe, yeah, it was a certain Sonic game, can't remember which one it was. But I remember it was a totally different direction for him in Sonic Boom when they made him just dumb or anything like that.
Because
Yeah.
of course he had to. You always have to. Oh, okay. Let's have the team. Let's have the guy. Let's have one guy be the stereotypical dumb strong guy. Because yeah, that's always fun.
Yeah, but yeah, continue with you first. How did you first get introduced to Travis Willingham's Knuckles?
Yeah, for me it was Sonic Generations, and honestly, I thought it was still Dan Green because I did read one time way long ago that fans praised Willingham's performance as Knuckles because it's almost close to Dan Green's, which is well, again, that's a win-win when it comes to doing a voice for any timeless Sonic character
Of course, yeah.
or any performance for that matter.
Yeah. But continuing with Travis Willingham, yeah, I do say like yes, a great successor to Dan Green, and just like either or like just trying to act tough or just stupid in a way, but I still liked his version.
Yeah, same.
And you, Christian?
Of course, Sonic Boom was my introduction to Travis Williams Knuckles, but specifically, before I even saw the show, they showed a commercial of some big game, one of them, where they try to save a kid from the tree. And seeing this design, what on earth? Are they trying to give Knuckles steroids?
I knew someone was gonna make that joke because it was even much more funnier when the formerly cool guy known as Animated James, don't look him up, used to like do that.
I never heard of him, but thank you for not letting me know to look him up.
Yeah, the guy's
But-
sick.
Okay. But yeah. And Mastermind, what's your opinion towards Travis Willingham's Knuckles?
Yeah, well, I would have to agree with you on that as well, Blitzy.
All right, fair enough. But yeah, to this day, I still miss Travis's Knuckles. Is like because when they were doing like the change direction of voice actors for some of the characters, like it's not the same anymore. To be fair.
I agree. Like he didn't have to go, but Jesus, I guess things changed apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, it's whatever Sega wants.
But
Anyway,
hey, at least Mike Pollock is still around as Eggman ever since freaking 2005.
I mean, yeah, he's one of the few lucky ones to this day. But yeah, but of course, putting him in S.
Approved.
Yes. All right, Mastermind, go ahead.
Sonic Prime Knuckles.
Oh, Vincent Tong.
Well, actually, Christian, Vincent Tong voiced the Knuckles variants.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's this guy.
Oh, Adam Narada.
Yes. So I did watch a few episodes of Sonic Prime during like my free time. I gotta say, the guy does really decent for Knuckles, trying to like act up to like a little bit from Travis's side and a little from Dan's like side, but it's okay to me.
Yeah, same. Like, even though I haven't watched season 3 yet, but hey, like, I think I know what you mean by the one of the Knuckles variants. Let's see. I think it must have been Dread or something.
He
Well,
means
there's-
all. When he says all of them, he means all of them.
Yeah,
Oh, all right.
yeah. But this isn't the normal Knuckles we're talking about from Sonic Prime. But yeah, this is my opinion. And speaking of which, Fresh, what's your opinion?
Okay, Sonic Prime is like my most favorite Sonic series. By like now, it's even much more better than like Sonic Boom when it comes to action, of course. Well, because come on, you don't want to take out fans with lame stuff. But I gotta say, like this dude's version of Knuckles, it just didn't really stick to me. Again, it's just kind of like now this time it's a little bit much more deeper than usual. I'm like, God dang, Knuckles, your balls dropped that much?
Damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
And what do you call it? Mastermind, do you have more opinions about his regular version of Knuckles from Sonic Prime or no?
Yeah. I'd say like I would say he did a pretty good job on voicing Knuckles and stuff. Especially like especially when he says he doesn't care who's the bad guy or not, he just give him something to smash.
I see. And Christian, if you saw any clips or the episodes, do you have an opinion?
No, not really. I never even heard the voice of Adam Narada, so I don't know how he sounds. So can you describe it?
Well, Fresh did say it's a little bit more deeper than Dan and Travis, or like anybody else for that matter.
I see. Okay, I'll take your word for it. Okay, so okay. We'll rank Adam first, then we'll talk about Viz and Tom.
All right. Well, Mastermind, after hearing everybody's opinions and just being fair, where would you put him?
Well, I'd say he did. I would most certainly say he did a good job with voicing Knuckles in Sonic Prime, so I would put him in S.
You sure?
Yes.
All right. Fair enough.
Approved.
All right. Go ahead, Christian.
Well, okay. So besides Adam, Visiton voices his variants. There's Renegade Knuckles or Renegade Nux, Gnarly Knuckles, and then Knuckles the Dread, which is a pirate. Now, like I said, I never heard the clips of either of them, but since I know Visiton very well, I would say he could like voice him similar to Kai from the Jungle or other voice works, but it's very odd to have Vincent Tom voice Knuckles himself, but I mean, who am I to judge?
I mean, yeah. And just to give you more information. All right, Fresh, do you have any opinions with the variants of Knuckles?
I mean, like all of them are like really cool and interesting. Like I really wish that kind of like Vince Tong would be like the main version of Knuckles, in my opinion, because like it just had to just the voice just got like kind of like match a little bit.
All right. Fair enough. And you Mastermind with the Knuckle variants from Sonic Prime?
I would totally agree.
All right. So yeah, Christian's hearing from both of them. Where would you put Vincent?
C.
Nah, I don't know.
Now you read my mind.
Well, then why'd you put him there?
I know. Just putting a joke there, but anyways. Alright then. Next up, Dave B. Mitchell. Yeah, who took over after Travis. Like, yeah. When I heard like they were recasting Knuckles, Blaze, Silver, and giving them new voices, yeah, Knuckles, like what his version, it's more mature, like with the voice.
True.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, it still has like the personality of Knuckles. I'm just saying the voices changed, like how he matured and everything. That's all I have to say from like what I heard from the games and everything else.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, the same can be said for Sonic. Like Roger was picked to voice him to make him sound much more older and mature. So there's that.
But do you have more opinions about Dave's version, Fresh?
I'm just like he's just okay, plain and simple as that.
Okay. Christian, have you heard his version before?
Sadly, no, but I have heard of Sonic Dream Team. I know it's on a different store setting on a phone, but well, I'll take your word for it.
And yeah, just to be fair as well, I'll just put him in A. Fresh, go ahead.
Bill Wise from Sonic the Hedgehog OVA. Like this was the anime movie back in like the 90s, and like his version is the one that I have for my profile, the one with the hats. Even though it was like kind of a little bit unnecessary to give him one, he just kind of looks a little bit cool. Because in the NC review, he refers to as Knuckle Dio Dundee. That's kind of a little bit clever and hilarious, but but the voice overall for him is a little too high now. It's like, why? It just doesn't match. It's a little bit like odd sounding, just bizarre.
Yeah. But what do you think of the movie overall, though?
The movie was alright. There was a little bit of a more questionable and hilarious moments. I mean, like this was kind of like a little bit of Sonic 06 before Sonic 06 because there's this freaking chick cat girl, some cat girl. It was like, you better get your hands off of my Sonic, blah blah blah, and all this junk. And then the final battle with Metal Sonic was complete nuts. And that one scene where Tails was hanging onto her hoo-hoos and like, Tails, get off! I'm so sorry. I never knew you stooped that low.
Dang. All right. But overall, what would you rate his performance?
Let's see.
All right. Next up, Mastermind, go ahead.
Movie Knuckles.
Ah, yes.
Idris Elba.
Yeah. Now, before we get into his performance, before they announced, because I remember the day they actually announced he was going to be Knuckles back in 2021 because the movie came out in 2022. For the longest while, people, and this was rumored around too, that people wanted Jason Momoa to play Knuckles.
Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm. I would have loved to see that, but when I saw Idris Elba, I was like, "Who is this actor?" I was like, "Oh, he's from Marvel and then Zootopia." And I was like, "Oh, okay." So then I was wondering, and when I first saw the movie, I was like, "Oh my God, he did really great!" With this different kind of direction they had for Knuckles.
Yeah. Yep. And of course, ever since the second Sonic movie came, I felt bad for Knuckles because, of course, he explained his origin story to Sonic.
Mm-hmm. And okay, yeah, you first.
He blew me away. Like it's like especially like when I saw the trailer. I mean, when it comes to the trailer reaction, and I saw like this one comment about like, it's so cool when people were just silent to hear Knuckles speak because that voice, like even though yes, a little bit too deep, but still bad A because it still works. Like it's kind of bizarre to see him go into the direction of Sonic 3 to make him start as Sonic's enemy, but end up becoming his friend, and then eventually becoming this freaking male starfire fish out of water type of character, struggling to just adapt to like the Earth while still trying to remain his bad A warrior style status.
Awesome, and you Christian.
Okay, like all of you, I did not know who Idris was. What I remember, like when I got Magician, was of course Marvel because he played in Thor, and then he played in movies like Satira, like Blitzen, and also live action Uncle Bug, where he played Shere Khan. But when I found out they voiced Knuckles here, and when I heard his voice, it is so amazing. It makes him sound like a noble warrior and also very cool, and made me be a fan of Idris Elba because he just nailed it so perfectly. Like, I don't know whose idea was it to have Idris voice Knuckles, but they had the right idea.
Of course.
Yep, indeed.
And just hoping for both him, Ben, and Clean for like the best of them, especially adding Keanu to the cast for the third movie. I hope like the dynamic goes crazy in that one.
Speaking of, I hope we get the trailer soon because it's supposed to come out in July.
Yeah, it was supposed to come in July, but now they're saying August.
Well, I hope they can keep their word.
Yeah, lies anyway. I'm like, that's so cool it freaking is.
Because regardless, we have to get it in August. If we get it in September, that's a little bit too late because the movie's in December.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's. But yeah, Mastermind, where would you put Idris Elba?
Well, I'd say he deserves an S as well.
Excellent meme. Approved.
Yep, approved.
Okay. Christian, go ahead.
Alright then, let's take a look. See who do we have left. No, I'm talking about is Scott Dreer on here?
Yeah, like this is the guy.
All right. Proceed.
All right, go ahead first.
All right, what? I mean, like my turn. It's like
No, no, because he's choosing, and I assume Christian never played the game, so if you could help him, like, explain
Oh,
it.
all right, all right then. Well, yes. Well, I do. Well, let's see. It says here that he like took over Knuckles from like a from like 2001 to 2004. He started out like for me. I got introduced to him through Sonic Heroes, and uh, well, I don't want to like give too much away. That's all I just need to say for it's just for you to know.
But this, like, okay, not giving up that much, but what would you say about the voice? Was it good or what?
All right then. Well, I did read like others saying like how he's like the most calmest version of Knuckles. Like I didn't remember him sounding that much relaxed, but he's angry and aggressive when he like needs to be. So that's a little bit cool.
Awesome.
Range is important.
Mm. But what do you call it? Okay, after hearing that opinion, Christian, where would you put him?
I'd say he's alright. I'll put him in B.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, then. Fresh, go ahead.
All right, yeah. Oh yes, before okay. Well, we get there. We'll get there. Okay. Ryan Drummond.
Yes, the only actor to play both Sonic and Knuckles.
Yeah, I first learned this through the game of Sonic Shuffle. Like, and I gotta say, he does really great. He sounds almost like a little bit close to like Scott Dreyer, but it it just kind of like sounds just so very. Like, there's nothing else to say about that. It's just that good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've heard his version too. It does sound really great. And then, yeah, what do you call it? When we were doing like Across the Spider-Verse, and we were watching that panel with him, Jason Griffin, and John St. John, remember the story he had to make because they didn't know who they were choosing at the time, so he had to make another name under for Knuckles, so they don't know it's the same person. Yeah, but overall, where would you put Ryan?
I say A.
Okay. Okay. I gotta say, for the next one I'm about to choose, yeah, Michael McGrown, if I'm saying that right, from Sonic Adventure. His Knuckles was, it was sounded monotone for me.
Oh, I mean, it's right. I mean, like, yeah, it does. Yeah. Now that I'm remembering.
Yeah, it was like, hey, Sonic, how are you doing? And I was like, why does Knuckles sound like this?
Is he
However-
voiced by Ben Stein instead?
Could be, but go ahead first.
However, like he is responsible for like this meme worthy line of "Oh no," because yeah, that's kind of like memes ever since Sonic Adventure.
Oh, all right. I guess we could give him that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still questioning the direction that he went with the voices. Like, okay, you're making Knuckles sound, like this, but for Michael, no offense, I'll just put him in C.
Look at you. You have been so proud. Go now and never return.
Do you know the way?
Do you know the way? Yes, I do know the way because you don't know the way. Because I know the way because you don't know the way. No, bad. Anyways, next up, go ahead, Christian.
Fred Tatasciore.
Yeah, Fresh. Why don't you
Oh
explain this
crap.
one?
You guys go ahead and talk. I'll be right back. My mom's coming. I gotta help her with groceries.
Okay.
Well, yes, starting out as doing an episode of Knuckles for Owning the Mantle, he was one of my choices. He was one of my suggestions, and ultimately, I just freaking predicted it since he did play Knuckles in the short Sonic Drone Home, and the voice. I mean, he's a little bit mixed for me.
I mean, yeah. Because when I heard, okay, before I say my opinion first, do you remember the day you found out, or do you want me to basically show you some memory of like how you found out?
All right, yeah, go ahead with some memory, because
Yeah. So it was back in 2022, yes. Yeah, you were helping me out with Lobo and Mr. Grouper at the time with owning the mantle, and Christian was in chat suggesting some stuff too. And when we got to Lobo, you were suggesting some of the Knuckles actors, and that's when you were like in behind the voice actors. So that's when you found out that Fred Tersha voiced him.
oh wow, okay.
Yeah, and yeah, when you found out, you were like freaking out and everything because 4 days before that you posted the episode, and 4 days after you predicted something, so it was a wish come true.
So, yeah, and yes, and since then it's become like my first ever prediction, and nowadays I'm just fine with whatever the result is. It's like I don't mind.
But yeah, when I heard his version of Knuckles, it kind of gave me the vibes of like because of the voice of his version of Cable and Beast.
So, yeah, that's a fine way of putting it because I was just trying to like match like his other characters about like how it sounds. I was about to almost say like Manish Man, the Minotaur from Adventure Time, but that was a little bit too much.
Yeah. But at least it was a little bit on par with Aegis Elba, but in his own version, I must say.
Yes.
Let's see. And Messman, do you have an opinion or no?
I think he did good.
All right. But yeah, Fresh, in your opinion, because it was just a short, do you think Fresh should voice him in the future again somehow?
Uh, like it could, yes, yeah, he could do awesome. Like if they just like went with the direction of another different voice to just make him match, not Knuckles being like a fish out of water type of character that he is in the Paramount Sonic movies, but somewhere in the future where how he's brought to normal access, well the mainline Sonic games, it could work.
Yeah. I mean, then again, Fred could be one for the future because remember Sega's rule now. It has to be voice actors that work for anime. So, like, regardless, that's their rule.
Right, yeah.
Listen, and if somebody questions, but wait, there's a Canadian cast currently. But remember, those Canadian actors also do anime, so you can't say nothing to me afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, movie watcher, how you doing?
I'm doing all right.
Good to hear.
I just got back from church.
How was it?
It was all right.
Nice. What do you call it? Movie watcher, are you familiar with the character Knuckles from the Sonic franchise?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely familiar with that guy. I got introduced to him when I was watching the show Sonic X.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, you ever played any games with Knuckles and all of them, or just watching the shows?
Just watched the shows, but I didn't play any games involving Knuckles. Oh
fair enough.
wait, scratch that. I did. When I was playing the Nintendo DS game, I don't know if you heard about it, but it's called Sonic Chronicles: The Dark Brotherhood. That game.
Oh. That's nice.
Now, here's the question that's been on my mind lately. Supposedly Rouge has a crush on Knuckles. Is that true?
Yes. Like she's just like flirting with like males.
No wonder.
I mean, I'm sorry if I'm gonna spitball here, but it kind of goes mixed with Rouge because it could be with Knuckles, and sometimes, even though it's too obvious, sometimes with Shadow. To be fair.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Well, than being Roger Craig Smith's birthday today. Today is also the 10-year anniversary of sadly the past. Well, yeah, of course, the passing of like Robin Williams.
Right.
Robin Williams. He plays the chemistry professor Brainerd in the movie Flubber.
I've heard of that movie and I've seen the poster. But, for me, how I first got introduced to Robin, of course, for animation it was Aladdin, and live action it was Jumanji.
He also played in Patch Adams.
I didn't watch that sadly.
Yep. Rest in peace, Roger Craig Smith.
Hey, no, Robin Williams.
Robin Williams.
Oh,
Robin Williams.
Dang it! Sorry, I wasn't listening.
Yeah, that's all right. And
Roger, rest in peace, Roger.
no, well,
Dude,
no,
you said
no,
it.
no. Okay. Let me clarify something, Mastermind. Okay, today is Roger Craig Smith's birthday. He's still alive. Today is the 10th anniversary of Robin Williams passing. Robin, not
All right,
Roger.
rest in peace, Robin.
Teen Titans.
Oh, he also played Rainbow Randolph in Death to Smoochie.
I've never watched that either. Is it good?
Yes, I didn't see the whole movie. I only saw part of it.
Okay. And what do you call it? And Fresh, what were some of your favorite films from Robin Williams?
Well, yeah, like Night at the Museum, where it was like Teddy Roosevelt's. And I gotta say, yes, this is one of the many rare cases where like where the real person kind of like matches the other real person, you know, because he actually does kind of look like Teddy Roosevelt when he's in that costume. And of course, yeah, he did phenomenal. And well, Aladdin, of course, and let's see, Dead Poet Society, yeah, that was a good one. Good Will Hunting, and Mrs. Doubtfire. That's the big ones for me.
Did you mention robots?
And I mean, like Robots is good. Yes, he's at his absolute best, of course. I mean, some of his absolute best, of course. Yeah.
Don't sit there buggy-eyed. I'm here to answer all your midday prayers.
Hey, Master.
Oh, yeah, go ahead, movie watcher.
Hey, Mastermind.
Yeah?
Out of all the Three Stooges characters, who do you choose to be your favorite?
It's definitely Mo.
Ah, yes, he's always going on with the slaps, the punches, the kicks.
Yep.
I mean, I'm also a full-fledged Three Stooges fan as well.
Nice.
Yes, I've been watching Three Stooges all my life. First on VHS tape, now I have it on DVD.
Yep. Back in November, I bought the movie on Amazon Prime.
Which Three Stooges movie did you buy?
2012.
Oh, I see.
Let's see here. Just checking.
And now I found out why they've been replacing Curly back in the past. It's because the actor who played Curly back in the 30s died from a stroke.
Yeah. Curly Howard.
Yep, and not only did he pass away, but so did the actor who played Shemp Howard.
Oh, that guy.
Yep, because then they replaced Shemp with Joe.
What are your thoughts on Joe?
he's cool. I mean, like even though he's not really Curly, but he's good at acting like Curly.
Ah, yes.
Let's see here. I was checking right now. Oh, today's also Chris Hemsworth's birthday.
Yeah, I was about to mention that up until we brought up that the tragic rebounds.
Yeah. Of course, if I could speak for everybody else or different wise, yeah, Thor was my introduction to him.
The Avengers.
Yes.
Nice.
I got introduced to him when I was watching the 2016 movie of Ghostbusters.
I heard that one did bad.
Yeah.
How?
Okay, so I don't mean to be a sexist here, but if I have to say it, going with the different direction of having like a whole female team and everything else, and yeah, Chris Hemsworth there, is like everything about that movie was like, meh, eh.
Yep. But hey, the good thing is at least we got something better than that. I mean, we got Ghostbusters Afterlife and the Frozen Empire, which is a continuation of the original Ghostbusters.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing. I have the movie Ghostbusters Afterlife on DVD.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah. Oh, and also I even have a pop figure of the bad guy in the Frozen Empire.
What does he look like?
Like the bad guy's name is his name is Garraka. Like, and this is what he looks like as a pop figure.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
Garaka. Like Baraka. And speaking of disappointing movies from Chris's side, even though he's a good actor, it's like mostly the movie's fault. Especially that Men in Black movie he was in. That was just awful.
Sorry to hear.
I only watch Men in Black 1 and 2.
I watched all three of the originals. Those are way better.
Yeah.
And let's see here. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask, Frisch, did you ever watch any other movies with Chris Hemsworth in it?
But I saw Cabin Fever. That was wow, like a little bit bizarre. And let's see. That might be like some of the. I was considering about seeing like Red Dawn because I'm like, it's mostly like him with Josh Peck. Again, I just like it to see like how actors can just collab with each other. I just like that in general.
I agree.
But to answer your question, not really. All of it has really just been focused on Marvel.
And also today is Allison Stoner's birthday.
Ah, yes. I know her. She played Isabella Garcia Shapiro in Phineas and Ferb.
Yep. And speaking of which, another person's birthday today is Will Friedle.
Nice.
Who?
Will Friedle. So he plays Terry McGinnis' Batman from Batman Beyond, Ron Stoppable from, Kim Possible. He was in Boy Meets World where he plays Eric Matthews, and much more.
Huh.
But yeah, my introduction to him was, Batman Beyond.
Kim Possible.
Do any of you know who Joe Rogan is?
Yes.
He's the host of the game show Fear Factor. It's also his birthday today.
I know. Well, yeah, I didn't know that. I know he is also a podcaster on his YouTube channel. He podcasts any celebrities, actors, or just anybody in general.
Yeah. Do you ever see what happens in Fear Factor?
Yes, I do.
They do stunts that are potentially dangerous, and they also eat nasty things.
You should have got Johnny Knoxville to be in that then.
Huh.
That's a total jackass moment there.
Uh, oh wait, speaking
Yeah.
of birthdays, Bliss, this was something I mean to tell you. Like last Friday night, I was getting like really ticked off about the internet not getting its facts right. You know how I don't know if you saw this, if you have any like updates, but with Debbie Derryberry, do you know that she wasn't really born in 1967?
1967. No, I didn't know about this. Why? What happened then?
Because like now it says now they can't even decide like if she was born in either that year or 1960 because well like internet just being stupid.
That's just confusing. No, they've been doing that because you had similar problems with Fred Tatasciore and Roger L. Jackson.
And well, yeah, so far. And with John Leguizamo too. John Leguizamo, it did also say that also with either 1960 or 1964.
I mean, here's a fun idea. I'm not saying this to you guys, to the people that actually write the site. Maybe ask the damn person when their birthday is and what year they were born in.
True. I mean, like in interviews.
Wait, what I miss?
No, we were just talking for a while. We were talking about a few people's birthdays today.
Okay, and why did you say like if you're the person that writes stuff?
Oh, first was telling me a story about how they're getting Debbie Derryberry's birthday like year wrong. Like if it's this year or that year. I was like comparing that to it. So I was like, how about in real life you go ask the damn person then when the year was.
Exactly. I mean, you can't just like type it in like, oh, she's or he's some and they were born in some but get the year wrong. I mean, ask someone, ask them what their year is, and you get the thing right. This is why Google and Wikipedia is wrong.
Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
Enough of that.
since I'm back, okay. Fred Cheshire was an unexpected one, and I know that Fred Cheshire was one of the choices for his ornamental. And when he posted that episode, they predicted it. I was like, oh wow! And the fact that he got to voice him in the movie short called Sonic Knuckles the Home or something like that.
Sonic Drone Home.
Thank you. I'm sorry. But yeah, I didn't really hear the full clip, but knowing Fred, he would use voiceover to interest about like Hulk, so I would give the word for it. But it's an awesome choice for Knuckles, to be honest. And I hope he voiced him fully instead of a short.
Well, I did say this to everybody because with Sega's rules, they only accept anime voice actors. Now, if somebody comes up to me and say, "Hey, what about Nico Futterman?" Remember, that's a show for Cartoon Network, so anything's possible.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. But going back, I think for Fred Tatasciore at least, like, we could put him in possibly B.
Yeah.
All right. Last one on this mother effing list. Yeah, Brian Drummond and Fresh.
Yes, and for anybody else who doesn't know, yes, Brian Drummond and Ryan Drummond, they may have the same name, but they're not related at all.
Yeah.
Which is ironic. Besides the last names, Brian and Brian, how ironic.
I mean, yeah, it's like the confusion with Wally Winger and Mick Winger. They're not related.
And also James Marsden and Jason Marsden. Like, even though they had share the same name, they are really good friends in real life.
Yes. Huh. But, of course. But going back with Brian Drummond, go ahead.
Oh, yes, his version was in Sonic Underground. It was a surprise to like see him there. And again, the voice a little bit too high, starting off as an enemy, but ending up befriending Sonic, Mannequin Sonya. That's very wholesome. That's all I had to say. I remember seeing the episodes, but it's okay.
Nah, dog. When I saw that episode with Knuckles, and when I heard the voice coming, I was like, "Why do you sound like that?" Jesus.
See?
Yeah. Oh man. But at least Brian German got redemption because now he's officially the Canadian version of Eggman.
Yeah, which is even better Sonic role for him.
hmm And to anybody that's seen like the Sonic Underground episode or no?
I have.
All right, explain.
I was so excited to see Knuckles because it was unexpected. Because I know I'm best in Sonic X, like, oh, it's Knuckles, and to myself, I was like, I hope they bring more characters like Amy Rose and Tails, but sadly they didn't. But I mean, and I agree with you. Why, why does he have that voice? It's not really tough at all. It's like, hey, it's like he sounds like Scrappy.
Well, damn.
Yeah, I could see it from that. Damn. Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. But overall, fresh. Where would you put Brian?
Yeah, see.
All right. Well, that was the Knuckles the Echidna ranking from by his performances. Hope everybody enjoyed the stream, and see y'all next week.
All right.
Yo.
See ya.